Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Darren. I hope you're all safe and well and having a good stitchy week. So today I'll do take two. I'm trying to do a stitch with me on my supersized tiger family. Since last week one didn't turn out quite exactly how I wanted it to. So let's get you zoomed in. Hopefully I'm in the right spot. I can't see. Where are we? There. So I'm going to aim to get a decent length stitch with me on this one. Aim to. So it's a nice warm day today. Meant to be getting up to about 27, I believe. So it's going to be a nice day. Washing's on the line already. I'll try and keep my finger out of the way, but I apologise if I don't. So it's Sunday today. So yesterday we had all the new furniture turned up. So that was fun. If you watch my update video, you know. Turned up earlier than we expected. And then the truck got stuck. But never mind. So the new sofa is a bit higher than the last one. And obviously we've been new cushions as well. It's quite firm. So that needs to get softened up a bit. But it seems alright. The arms aren't as wide as the last one, the recliner one. So that's good. It makes it better for me for stitching on. Because I don't have to worry about the lower stem reaching over it, which is good. So today is Sunday, the 18th of September. Happy birthday to me. So I thought for a birthday treat I'd try and do a longer stitch with me. Try being the operative word. Hopefully we can get a decent amount of stitches in on this one today. So work's going okay, as per normal. I'm now back on my saw again. One of the guys who is now back at work. The other two are still off, so I don't know when they're coming back. So I'm back on my saw, which I don't mind. I'm doing an easy job on there this week. So I took my dressings off yesterday on my war wounds, and they don't look as bad as I thought they would do, which I'm quite surprised at. I thought they would be a lot worse than they are. But then I've got to put iodine on them. But that stuff goes everywhere. I only put a bit on the cotton cotton ball, and I ended up with all of my fingers, and so my fingers are now stained orange. Look like it comes off eventually. But boy, that stings when you first put it on. Woo. Yeah, it definitely stung a little, but I survived. Mainly the one on my cheek was the one that it stung on. I think that one's a bit of a deeper cut than the one on the top of my head. And then I woke up this morning and my cheek is nice and swollen. So I thought I had something, you know, when you got something on your cheek and it like interferes with your vision. I thought I had something stuck to my cheek from the wound, but now my cheek is swollen, so it took me a while to focus this morning from that eyeball. So hopefully I can do a decent stitch with me. Hopefully the swelling won't last too long. So I think you all know Alara. He's also a floss tuber. It's her birthday as well today. So happy birthday, Alara. It's a coincidence, 2 floss tubers with the same birthday. Mind you, from recent floss tubers, I think there's a fair few people who have the birthdays in September who are floss tubers. It must be a September thing. If you're born in September, you do floss tubes. So I'm using one of my new ball tip needles again. It's so good to have these back. Like I say, I still don't know what happened to the last one. I haven't found it yet. I was expecting when I took the old sofa out yesterday to find loads of needles and everything else under the sofa. Nope, nothing. A load of cat toys, but that was about it. I think nearly every single cat toy that we own was under the sofas. Then when I pulled the TV unit out, there was a Christmas bauble under there, so I don't know how long, well, obviously it's been under there since Christmas, but since I didn't put my tree up last year, it's obviously been under there for 2 years. I don't know how I've missed that one when I've been cleaning. Oh, all the cats have just found it from somewhere and smacked it under there recently. So I do have a few little questions which I'll go through in a bit. So tonight I'm going to be FaceTiming Mum. Well, I'm assuming, well, no, my twin brother's going to be there. Obviously if I'm FaceTiming, because he has to set it all up. And from what I understand, my other brother might be there as well. He messaged me earlier on to wish me happy birthday, and so he'll speak to me later today, so I'm assuming he might be there, or if not, he'll be phoning me after I finish with my mum. I think we've already done more stitches than I did last week. So Shane's gone down to his mum's with his sister to drop the youngest niece off because it's school holidays over here now. They've got 2 weeks off. So the youngest one goes to grandma's for a week. Which is worked out ideal this time around because Shane's sister's got a new job, which she started the other day. She's really enjoying it. It's working in an office. It's actually the same place where her husband works. They asked if she was still looking for work, and he said yeah. So I said tell her to come in, and she's just doing some inputting on the computer. So she seems to be enjoying it. And she's good. Nothing worse than working in a job you don't like a timber yard. So this time, because obviously I watched my video back from the last stitch with me, the camera was shaking all the time because I had my thread on the desk in front of me. So this time I'll put them on the side of me so I don't shake the camera all the time. So hopefully be a bit of a better one. All the cats are outside because it's sunny, so they're all sunning themselves. But I shouldn't have a cat sat on my knee today. Famous last words, shouldn't. My cats are molting like mad as well, so you'll probably find me brushing cat hair off of this. It's the only thing. When it goes from winter to summer, well spring, the cats molt like crazy. Tigers the worst. Jeez, I've never seen so much fur come off a cat. So we have a day off on Thursday, which is for for the Queen, like Memorial Day. So we get a day off on Thursday, and then it was on the news that some idiots are having a protest on that day too, something to do with the royal family or something like that. So they're having a protest on that day. And it's like, really, it's like a remembrance day, and you're deciding you're going to have a protest on that day. How inconsiderate of you. Yes, I know the royal family is not for everybody, but when you've got a figure like the Queen who's been around for 70 years and done a fair bit for quite a few countries, and then you decide you can have a protest on the day of remembrance for her. Yeah. Well, what can you say? Some people are just born idiots. So have it the day before, the day after, by all means. I don't even think I've been shot there. No. I moved it. I should start looking at my camera a bit more when I'm filming these, so you can so I can actually see what you're lot see. Mark them off. I'm really loving how this piece is turning out. This one is I have planned for next year. Not going to those yet. I'll wait till I've worked out all my plans, and then I'll let you all know what I've decided to do. Alright, let's get into these questions, shall we? What we'll do in a second, I'll just do these 2 stitches and then I know where I'm up to. Right. I don't know how many questions I've got. I think I've got a couple. Haven't gone through yesterday's videos yet, so I say I've got a couple. I think I've got 3. The first one is from Tammy, who asks, do I have a Q-snap for all my projects, or do you just have enough for the 7 projects that you plan on working on for each week? So no, I don't have a Q-snap for every project. I mean, I'd have 60 odd Q-snaps. So no, I have, I think I've got about 8, maybe 9. So I have enough for each one. I mean, this one is constant in the Q-snap, so that one doesn't get taken out anyway, same as the Woodland Christmas. So those are constant in the Q-snaps, and then I've got a couple of 11 by 11s and a couple more 17 by 11s. So I do have enough, but I think I do need to get some more, because a couple of them I leave in the Q-snaps for working on. So I've got Tiger Family of the Heavens is in a Q-snap constantly, and so's Posh Robin. So yeah, I don't quite have enough for what I need until those are done. So I think I may need to get the odd 1 or 2 more, just to be on the safe side, you know. But yeah, technically I do have enough for the 7 projects that I'm working on. And apologies if you can hear my phone. So if you're watching this, Betsy, that was just you wishing me happy birthday. I was trying to film my video yesterday, and one of the group chats I'm in, they decided they were going to have a full-blown conversation. So my phone was just pinging all the time. But lucky, because I was recording from the phone, you didn't hear the pings, but it just kept popping up all the way through yesterday while filming the video. And then when I was trying to edit it, they kept popping up as well. And it's like, geez, just give me 2 minutes. I always pick the right time to start having a conversation. They can be quiet all day, and as soon as I start doing a video or something like that, boom, they start. It's like whenever I'm on the phone with my mum on a Sunday, you can always guarantee the start a conversation then as well. So my phone's just pinging all the time. So, and because it's been so, sometimes it's so quiet in the chat, I don't think about muting it until I've finished. Because I think, oh, well, they're not talking, so I don't need to mute it. It's not going to go off. And then they start having a conversation. It's exactly the same time I like film my mum or do a video. It's as if they're spying on me, I'm telling you. Yeah. fair bit of this colour in this tiger cub. I may even get close to completing a colour soon. Well, I got close to completing a colour on the butterfly, on the one a bit further up, the blue butterfly. I was like, cool, I'm going to get a colour finished. Yeah, the next time that colour is used, there's only about 6 stitches left of it, of that colour. The next time it's used, it's right down near the bottom right hand corner. So that's not going to be done for a fair few years. That's like typical. I nearly had my first colour completed. Yes, I've got to try to work out where it was and do those couple of stitches, but I was like, nah, that's a lot of counting, so I'm not going to bother. Just finish this little bit here and then I can go to the next question. Okay, I seem to have lost the needle. Where have I put that? Okay, who stole my needle? Aha, it's there. I put it on the wrong side. Oh, come on. I was doing so well. Gotcha. Make sure I'm in this time. Right, so that was that question. Where's my next one? And I'll put another one. So the next one is from Suzanne Girard. I hope I said that right, Suzanne. I'm hoping you watched the Stitch with me. Who asked how I choose the thread for Pandemic. It looks like I'm using 4 different cuts of the Pride colour. So with that one, it's cut into 3. I did do a video of me showing how I prepared it, which was yeah, a nightmare. So it's cut into 3 and I just follow the colours on. So now I lost where I am. And apologies. Kimberly, if you're watching, that was just you. Wish me happy birthday. I've lost where I am now. Where was I stitching? There. Yes, there. So yeah, so the Pride was cut into 3. So I just follow on. So I use one strand and say it's, I can't remember how the colours go now. I think it goes blue to green. And then the next one I will pick up goes from the green to orange, I think. So I'll just pick a strand of that one, and then the next one goes from orange to purple, and I'll just pick a strand of that one. So I don't do, what do they call it, fuzzy cutting or whatever, to make it all match up. I just pick a strand and stick with it. So yeah. So I just follow it on, so whatever colour it ends with, I pick the next colour. That starts with, next thread that starts with that colour. Just to make it easy. So that was that one. I think that was the last question, actually. Oh no, next one's from Sharon Marie, who asked, why are floss tubes secret? So they're not a secret per se, I just don't tell Shane that I'm doing them. I've mentioned this before. If Shane knows you're doing something, he has to wander in every 30 seconds. Yes, because you can guarantee he'll be watching something on TikTok or something like that, and he'll be like, here, look at this. Or he has to ask you a question of something, or he'll be on the phone with his sister or his mum, where he'll stand at the doorway. So you're like, go away, I'm trying to do something. I used to do it all the time when I was doing my college course. So when we had the role plays and stuff like that, I always did those when he wasn't around, because I know exactly what it's like. So yeah, so maybe as if I told him, he would be constantly pestering me while trying to do a video, and then the amount of editing I'd have to do afterwards to get rid of him walking in and saying, here, look at this, or asking me a question would be ridiculous. Plus, as I've mentioned before, I do make a little bit of money from YouTube. It's not a lot. But if Shane knew about it, then he would really need to buy stuff that he really, really, really needs. Well, wants. Doesn't need, wants. So yeah, so that's why he doesn't know. I'm going to tell him eventually. I think when I get to 5,000 subscribers, I'll tell him. So I've got a little bit of a way to go yet. Oh, and now I have a cat. Hey up, Tiger. I thought he was going to stay outside and sun himself, but no. So apologies if you can see the pattern moving. That's Tiger smacking it with his head as he's trying to work his way how he's going to get on my knee. There we go. Lie down then. Lie down. There we go. So hopefully he doesn't attack the floss as I'm pulling it through. It doesn't normally, but there's always a first. Am I still in view? Yes. So this is going to make it a little bit more tricky to stitch with him underneath. Oh, we do have more questions. So next one is from Sue, who asked, how do you like working on your max colour with your Tiger family chart compared to regular colour count charts? Do you find there is much of a difference that it is worth it? So with the max colour one, obviously there's a lot more confetti. Do I think it's worth it? Probably not. Not when you consider some of them, you've like with this, obviously it's 240 colours and it's supersized, but some of the colours you only need like say 100 stitches in it, and it's just like a random one stitch like in a full page or something like that, and it's like, yeah, it's not really worth the extra colours just for like those couple of stitches. Obviously I can't say all the difference because I haven't done a same chart which is max colour and regular colour. Oh, Tiger, where are you going? You right there? But yeah, it is a Playing with all the confetti, it looks good at the end of it, I will admit, but if you didn't know that I was stitching Max Colour, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, I don't think. Not from like the odd one stitch here and the odd one stitch there. So yeah, do I think it's worth it? Probably not. I mean, it's like the one I'm going to be starting on here with Judy, who is a floss tuber, an Aussie in a Kiwi world. We're doing the top frog, and that one is Max Colour. And some of the colours in there is like one stitch, that's it. And some maybe 10 stitches. So, and to say it's only, I think it's a mini. Buying a full skein of floss for one stitch is ridiculous. So yeah. So some of them I don't think it's worth doing them. Maybe on the supersized ones, maybe. But for definitely minis, you definitely don't need to worry about Max Colour, because I don't think that's going to make much difference as it is. I mean, I did the mini Deer Creek, and that one, the details on that one were fantastic. To say it was only a mini, that one didn't need to go Max Colour. I don't know if they do Max Colour in that one or not. I haven't checked since I bought that one. So yeah, I definitely don't think it's worth having to do all the Max Colour ones. Not for like 1 or 2 stitches, that's for sure. But that was long-winded for an answer. How do you keep your floss in order when doing Max Colour or other charts for that matter? Do you use floss drops, bobbins? I'm guessing you have them all sorted in different manners depending on if you purchase them kitted up versus kitting them yourself. So the ones for this one are all bobbinated in 3 little tubs. And as I say, the ones for the kits, I just keep them all in the same project bag. And then anything else goes on floss drops, which are then stored. Either, if I've kitted the project up fully, they will go in with the kit, well, with the project. If I haven't kitted it all up, then they will just go on in my bag of doom, which is my threads on floss drops. And I just pull from there as and when I need it. As I say, from next year I'm going to start kitting up most of my projects now, because sometimes you get into the groove of stitching and then you need a colour and you haven't got it, and then you've got to order it in, and then you've got to wait for it to turn up. So I've started kitting some up fully now. So I've got a couple now that I've kitted up. Posh Robin's one of them. I've just kitted up the Stanley Morrison Dragon one, the Blackberry Dragon. I've just kitted up that one, just got the floss for that, just to make it easier. The Smiling Tiger that I showed in my last update, I've got all the flosses ordered for that one. So when those turn up, I'll be starting that one. So yeah, I've started doing it that way, because I think that's going to be easier for me. And like I say, and then once or whenever I complete a piece, those colours will then get put with the other ones that I've got on floss drops, and then when I'm kitting up the next piece, I'll pull from there first to see what I've got, and then I'll then purchase any extra flosses that I need. Ooh. I have more questions than I thought. I've got another question. Hey. So this one is from, I'm going to pronounce this completely wrong, so I do apologise. Janita? I'm hoping I pronounced that right. Janita Drexel. How far do you jump between stitches? It looked like a lot on my last stitch with me. So it just depends. Normally, I don't jump that far. It probably looks more through on a stitch with me. But normally, I jump down into like the next 10 by 10 grid. If I've just got like, say I'm stitching here. Can you see me? No. Say if I'm stitching here and I've only got one stitch left, which is maybe here or here, then I will jump to it. But normally I try and stay like within the 10 by 10 blocks. Normally. I'll say it just depends how confetti heavy it is and what type of method I'm doing. But it's like with the ones I'm doing the Royal Rose method on, obviously you part that underneath, the block underneath, or within 2 blocks. So it just depends on which version I'm stitching as to how far I jump. But normally I try and stay like within a 10 by 10 block. Normally. I have been known to jump further depending on if it's only like 1 or 2 colours left, stitches left of that colour or whatever. I have, instead of ending my thread to start again, I'll jump across. And then I can't thread this. Doesn't help having a cat laid right under my arm. You'd think we'd be nice and warm, and I've got the fans are going in the lounge room and in the other bedroom, because that's where the cats half of the time end up sleeping when it's warmer. You'd be in there under the fan, but no, he has to come sit on my knee. And I'm gonna have trouble threading this one. Come on. Nope, don't want to play. See, this is sometimes why I don't get much stitching done on some projects, because I get frustrated with the fact that I can't thread the needle. And I think Nana's doing the pretty way. So yeah, I really need to get a needle threader that fits through these eyes. Someone did mention one of them. I've got to look it up yet. Yeah, what stuff it? I'll leave that one. I'll finish that off later. Oh, I might be able to do it now the cat's moved. I think I've probably stuffed up the thread too much though. If you can hear a noise, that's tiger climbing or something. This is definitely not going to go how I want it to. I've got a nut in it yet. Thanks, Kelly, for the birthday wish. Tell you, they all know when I'm filming. So apologies, you'll hear the pinging going off. Got it, yay. I have to get it through here. That's the hard part. I'll tie that in later. There. That's where I've got to. Right. might as well do one more strand of this colour and then it's finished off. Oh, also, the next part of that question is what count am I stitching this tiger on? So this one is being done on 25 count. So it's 25 count easy guide, and I'm doing it 1/1 full cross. Because this one and Minute Creek were the first two Heaven and Earth charts that I purchased, and I went with what it said for recommendations, which was 25 count easy guide. So that's, well, 25 count easy guide, yeah. So that's what I went for. That was before I discovered 28 count. But it's good doing 25 count every now and then because the holes are a little bit bigger. I think I may have to mute. I think I'm definitely going to have to mute myself on the chat, so I'll do that in just 2 seconds. I'll just get to where I need to, and then I'll mute that chat so then it doesn't keep going off. There, and then there. That. Moment. And that was all the questions anyway, so yep, I don't have any more questions. Alright, let me just go in and mute this chat. Did I tell you a deal now? That's Kelly and Alara having a gym wag. So I'm just going to pause 2 seconds and then I'll be back. Okay, we're back. So I thought I'd make myself a coffee and put the kettle on, did a couple of bits, made my coffee. Yeah, I didn't switch the kettle on. So I made myself a nice cold cup of coffee. Like, yep, need to redo that one. I thought I'd put the kettle on, but never mind. I've done that so many times. Now what to talk about? I'm sure I'll think of something in a second. 1, 2, 3. Hey up, kitty kitty. You come to join us now. No, she's off again. I'll tell you, it's a nice warm day. They've all been outside sunbaking, and they decided to come inside and sit with me. Well, my springtime and summer ritual has started already. Geckos are out. So I'm picking the cat up onto the door so she can try and get the geckos through the glass. I was chasing one around the house the other day. I can't remember if I told you. I don't think I mentioned it in my last issue with me, I can't remember. But yes, I was chasing one around the house. There was one on, we've got, how it is in my lounge room, we have a set of double doors that open up onto the veranda. And then there's screen doors on the outside of those ones to stop the bugs and that getting in. Well, somehow this big gecko managed to get in between the two. So the cats were eyeing it up. So I thought, well, if I open the door and open the screen door, I can shoot him out. Which I did. And just as I was shutting the door, another gecko come running in, straight through the screen door, straight through the normal door, and onto the wall in the lounge room. So then it was me versus the cat as to who could get this gecko first. Now this gecko went behind the TV unit. And he just kept running up and down past there. So there was me with 2 pieces of wood, a container, and a screwdriver. Now you're probably thinking, why was I having a screwdriver trying to catch a gecko? So there is I think you call it a jack, where like your TV aerial and that comes in. And there's a small gap in between that and the wall. So he kept going in that part. So I was using the screwdriver to stop him from going into that part. 2 pieces of wood to stop him from going one direction, so he kept going my direction. So then I could get him into this tub to put him out the door. And it took me half an hour to catch that little beggar. As well as trying to stop Ginge and Kitty from trying to get the gecko. Luckily Tiger was outside, so he didn't know what was going off. Otherwise that would have been even more fun. It's not very good at catching flies or moths, but geckos is good at catching. Kitty is the best hunter, she catches anything. Flies, moths, geckos, cockroaches, you name it, she'll catch it. Ginge is not overly good at catching anything. I'm going to say Tiger, if it's big enough, Tiger will catch it. He seems to have the best eyesight out of the lot of them though. He will know if there's a gecko, like for example we've got a net curtain in the back area of the house. He will know if there's a gecko on there. You can't see it, it could be the smallest gecko going, but he can see it. And he's always climbing up the curtain. He's like, what are you after now? Yeah, gecko. But yeah, Kitty's brilliant at catching stuff. Once Tiger was chasing this fly and he'd been chasing it for about 20 minutes. Kitty just come running in straight away and grabbed it and ran off. You could see Tiger thinking, little bugger, she's got my fly. I was after that. But Kitty has a habit of when she catches something, she has to meow with it in her mouth so that you know she's caught something. And because you don't know what she's caught, you've got to chase her to find out what she's got. But she won't let you. She runs everywhere. And then eventually she'll stop and she'll drop it and you're like, oh, it's only a fly, it's fine, carry on eating it. The worst things to get off a tiger is praying mantises. He loves catching them. But he doesn't go for the small ones, he goes for the big ones. And then you've got to try and prise that out of his mouth so you can put it outside again. Obviously I don't feed him enough. He needs more protein. I've got that one straight away this time. I thought you just hate it when you think you finished the colour and then you realise that the page break's not where you think it is. It ends down here. one stitch to get. It's always there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's pull that straight through again. Idiot. Right, let's pick my next colour. Actually, I've still got a spare string. Let's finish that other thread off that head. So if you ever get a piece of strand that's like this, and you know you're not going to be able to thread your needle again, get a spare piece of floss on your needle, run it to where you need it to, and have it doubled so that you've got a loop. Where's my loop? That's my loop. Yep, put your loop over your straggler that you can't get, and just pull it through. Yeah, it's now tied off. Nice little trick there if you don't know about that one. Alright, now I change my colour. Alright, where are we here? So with this project, if you aren't aware, I work in the 100 by 100 block, and I pick the first available colour, then normally get one strand and just run that to wherever I need to. And then I'll move on to the next colour. And once I've done everything in that 100 by 100 block, I'll move into the next one. Now, I don't know if you can see, but there is one stitch missing just here. Now that one, I'm not going to do that until I get onto this page, because it's all the same colour. No, not that one, this one. It's all the same colour around here, so I'll get that one when I pick that colour, when I get into that page. That one is my next colour I'm going to be picking. So one thing I like about doing it this way is obviously you're still doing your cross country because you're going all over the place with the one colour. but you see the picture coming quicker. Well, quickish, because you complete the full row at a time, so you're moving down, it's gradually coming in. Kind of a bit of how the Royal Rose method works. Am I in the right spot here? Yes. What's that? Yes. Down here. Cat head. I need to get a lint roller on this. Just in view there. Move it a bit. I will see, if you remember on my, I think it was my last Stitch with Me. Can't remember. So that Shane's sister had I had Hudson, the new baby, and it was good as gold. She had him again last night because it's her daughter's partner's 21st birthday, so he shares the same day as me. And so they were celebrating his birthday, so she had him overnight. And apparently he wouldn't settle. I think he's suffering from colic. So yeah, he wouldn't settle. So I think he was asleep for maybe about 2.5 hours or something like that last night, she said. So yeah, he was being a little bugger for her. I says to her, I says, you watch. I said, as soon as the eldest niece picks him back up, I said, Barry goes to sleep and he'll stay asleep then for hours. She went, yeah, more than likely. So she was speaking with Shane this morning about 7 o'clock. But she said she was going to, about 7:30, 8 o'clock, she was going to try and put him down for an hour before they went down to the mum's and see if he'd sleep. So I don't know if she had any joy with that. She says she's too old to be dealing with babies nowadays. She's only 40. But yeah, she's too old for it. And it's like, yeah, alright then. My niece in the UK, she was a good baby. She used to sleep all the way through every time we had her. And used to, generally, when it was bedtime, you guaranteed she'd still be awake. Because her mum and my brother never had a set bedtime for her. She went to bed whenever they went to bed. So sometimes it would be like stupid o'clock in the morning. But whenever we had her, she was still awake when we went to bed, and used to get her in the car, literally drive around the block, which wasn't far at all, and she'd be fast asleep, and then she'd stay asleep until maybe about 7 o'clock in the morning, and then you'd hear her talking to the dog through the Trafalgar. But yeah, she was a good baby. She never kept us awake at all. I think she was probably exhausted from being kept awake so long. It took them ages afterwards to get her into a routine. Obviously, when she started school, most kids, when they're at school, go to bed about 7, half 7, something like that. It took them ages to get her into going to bed at that time because she was like used to going to bed at like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. But then she used to start getting really tired at school, so eventually she got into the routine of going to bed early. Apparently I asked my brother, because my brother messaged me earlier on, how she got on with her exams, because she's in the, well, it used to be called the sixth form, I think it's called year 12 now, or whatever, and she's doing really well. She got 2 A's and a B in her exam. She's only doing 3 lessons apparently. So she got 2 A's and a B. Well, she's got some more tests under that stage. No idea. She's got some more tests end of the year, I think, or at least the beginning of next year, one of them. Can't remember what he said now. So yeah, so she's a brainy little beggar. Clearly doesn't take after her dad. But she still hasn't fully decided what she wants to do when she finishes school. She's into photography at the moment. So she wanted to be a photographer. I don't know if she still wants to do that or not, because she's also wanting to do something, I think, with animals. So I don't know. She hasn't quite made her mind up yet. Looks like she's got plenty of time. I don't know if she's going to university or not, or she's just finishing year 12s. Not 100% sure. I'll find out when I go over at Christmas. I've not really had a chance to speak to her much. If I speak to my brother and she's there, I'll have a quick chat with her, but I haven't really spoke to her that much. Switch that over before that piece gets too short. Come on. Oh, I thought I had it. Nope. Here we go again. Gotcha. See if I can get these 2 stitches. Should be able to. Right. Right. Next colour. Okay, 3855. I think I'm at about an hour, I think, so far. Roughly. fighting to see if I can get to about an hour and a half. And you hate it as well when you get your finger caught around your floss and you end up pulling it out the needle. Nearly happened just then, just caught it. Definitely coming to life, this piece. It's looking great. I say next year I want to work on this a bit more than what I have been doing, so I can get a fair few pages done. But we'll see. See how my plans go. Yeah. So what I'm hoping to do with this one is maybe put it back into working 2 days a week, so I can get some good progress on it. Because obviously, as I say, normally I work on this one on a Saturday, but Saturdays is the day that I normally do all my videos. So then trying to get everything edited and done, and then get some decent progress in on this one doesn't work. Depending on what time I get to film, and then 9 out of 10 by the time I finish doing everything can get down to stitch. It's only about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe later. It's like, damn it, I don't have much time to get much stitching done. So I'm hoping next year I can do this, put this back onto 2, because I mean last year I worked on this 2 days a week and I got 16 pages done. So I'm hoping if I do that again next year and get 16 pages done again, or maybe more. We will see. I'm still going to keep my brother's piece in rotation as well, the Woodland Christmas. So that will, I think between Friday, Saturday and Sunday, this one will get 2 days, and Woodland Christmas will get 1 day. Because normally, because obviously that one's 10 stitch, I can get a fair bit done in that one, because it goes quicker. So I'm hoping to do that next year. Plans may change yet. I haven't worked out all my plans. And I'm doing no new starts. I'm not doing the Facebook one, I'm just doing my own version. No new starts for the year. See how we go. There's already people placing bets on how long it'll take before I start a new piece. But I'm determined. I'm gonna do it. apologise as well if you can hear running water in the background. We've got a cat fountain, and the filter in it needs changing. We need to get a new filter. So it makes a noise all the time now. So you can just constantly hear the running water. I don't know if it picks it up on the video or not. But if it does, I apologise. A bit like saying it now, like it's like what we've been stitching for now. So colour completed on the page. Sweet. Alright, next colour. All these colours seem to be the pale colours that I'm working with today. Right, where are we at? That's that. There. By the time I move on to this row that I'm stitching on at the moment, I think most of it will be done. It's going to make it easy. When you get little blocks of chunks, so you can just quickly stitch all those pieces. Not very often you find big blocks of colour in a max colour, so when you get them, you enjoy them. That's that. Over here. Yep. Yes, kitty. Where are you after? She's been a fuss pot just lately. She won't sit on my knee still, but she comes for a fuss all the time. She get around the fuss pot. One day she will sit on my knee. Again, apologies if you can hear her. She's a really loud licker when she's cleaning herself. I think she's going to jump up on the table any second, so if it all suddenly wobbles, I apologise. There she goes. There she was going to. What's up, kitty? Nearly lost my thread. I'm hoping she's not knocking the camera arm. She's walking backwards and forwards. I think she's trying to figure out where she wants to lay down. What's she doing? What's she doing? I'm getting good at threading this needle now. Run this one. I was looking for a place to pin stitch it, but I'll run it because I've got a couple pin stitched already. What are we at? 40 minutes nearly. I think that'll do for today, I think. It's going to be about an hour and 20, an hour and 30 minute stitch along. So I tried to get to an hour and a half. I think that'll do for today. So what did we do? We've got 291 stitches done. That's not too bad going. So this one is now at 18.11%. So still a long way to go. And that's by doing 131,684 stitches. So that would have been a regular one nearly enough finished. And this one's only not even a fifth of the way through. But never mind. It's fun doing it. So I'm going to leave it there then, guys. So again, if you've got any questions or comments, please feel free to drop those down below. Again, you can email me. Email address, as always, is dizzystitcher@gmail.com. Or I'm on Instagram. You can message me on there as well, which is dizzystitcher. So again, until my next video, which will be probably my update video at the weekend, take care, stay safe, happy stitching. And thank you very much for watching. It's much appreciated. And until next time, guys, bye-bye for now.